Hello everybody, my name is Dark Ravenlord. Welcome to my continued walkthrough of DarksiderS Warmastered edition, and we got this walkway spinning around, and now we're waiting for it to spin around in the right direction so we can jump out and get the artifact soldier just underneath this shelf here. And maybe I jumped at the wrong timing, but I was able to get it anyway. So now we can make our way back. And we have to jump here on the bottom since we cannot fly. Excuse me. Sounded like I swallowed a crow. But yeah. We jump on top and climb up. And in the previous section I cut this away just to save a little bit of time. But I'm showing it this time. So there. Anyway, you make it across here. You can stand right at the edge and just wait for it to spin around and go in either direction. However, you do need this bomb to be able to reach the other side because it has one of these rocks. And you need to throw the bombs on this red stuff here and then line up bombs like 4 or 5. So 2 in between them. And then you can aim on the burning one and make all of them explode, but that's what you need to do. You have to have like a couple of in between, so 3 on top just as I placed them there, and then kind of 2 in between the ones. Otherwise you will fail miserably. One more. Kind of right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 close to the edge so that you are able to trigger all of them and make the big red rock disappear. And then you're able to reach the second switch. And it raises this statue up with a sword, and now we have to go on the other side and do the very same thing to raise the statue with another sword. And we get greeted by these flammable bats or flaming bats, but we can throw our crossblade on them, our ninja blade, and then we're able to take care of them, do the charge up and mark them, and they will usually crash down. Then you pick this bomb up and throw it on the other side, or if you just pick it up and bring it with you and then throw it. And then, of course, you need to trigger or aim at the light and the bomb to set it off. And then we go up this path and pull the third switch and raise the statue with the second sword. And then we're able to make it into the middle section again. And we get greeted by more of these bats. You can try to... No, I don't think it's possible. You might, but you have to trigger both of the shield at the same time. Or simultaneously, I should say, not at the same time, but in a sequence. And we take care of this guy and we get a trophy for killing 666 demons. So maybe it's all counted as demons. But anyway, as it lines up, we are able to trigger both of these swords, and it opens the final passage behind the lava flow as it shuts down, and we are able to make our way inside. And inside we have one chest on the left and one chest on the right. So we have a soul chest on the left side and the right side, which are much needed souls to be able to purchase stuff from Volgrim. And we get the sword of the statue that we need to bring with us all the way back to the 3 statues in the center area, and give one of the statues here, doesn't matter which one, because if you take a look at the map you will see the gates that we are able to walk into marked with green. So we need to make it over to the left side by using that blue light that we use our wings to get to higher grounds. Run over there, jump out and hold your jump button and stare over. Or you can jump directly from the platform we were standing on and aim right for it. Kind of lined it up, and then you take a running jump. And this area is really interesting. We need to throw our crossblade on this bucket of lava or burning minerals or whatever it is. So it explodes and clears the passage, so we can jump up on this rope or beam, and we can slide down and trigger this mechanism that starts lowering and raising these platforms that we need to make our way across. And be careful here, because you can fall down if you're not careful. You can kind of bounce around on them and shoot your crossblade at the enemies that spawns. But we do need to trigger these 2 swords underneath the statues. So trigger that one on the left first. It raises the one so you can reach this, and then it raises more platforms so we can make it on top of this one. Just be careful, because more of these flaming bats will raise up, and then you trigger the last one and it raises the final platform with the burning bomb on it. So you can pick that up after you deal with the bats, and you can even use it to throw on the bats, as you see me doing here. Just be mindful, so you aim at the right one and keep your wits about you so you don't accidentally back up and fall down into the lava, because that has happened to me, especially the very first time I was playing this on the PlayStation 3. But we pick up the bomb and we throw on the rocks, and it keeps respawning, so don't worry about running out. I think you are able to pick up quite a few before you need to set one off Well, maybe you don't, because they keep blowing up, so it keeps respawning. And but we make it up here, and then we jump over to this rope thing, or the metal twine that's there. You can jump on the wall if you don't want to jump down, and climb your way down. And we can pick up another sword of the statue, and then we need to use our crossblades on these two statues with the swords to open the gate on the other side, and it raises the walkway so we are able to walk across. And we make our way into this room with the platforms again, and we make it on top. We need to trigger that beam over there on the left side to be able to raise some new platform that kind of rearranges the pillars, and we are able to jump over and reach the chest up here that contains more souls. And then you can trigger this one hidden inside, and it pushes the rest of the pillars up, so we are able to make it higher up and exit the area. Or exit this room anyway. Just be mindful when you're platforming across here, and use your wings to slide, or glide I should say, and then we can make our way back into the room with the three statues, and we give one of the statues the sword, and it opens up the next area. Now we have one more sword to get, and it is located in this area that we're going into. So you can see a chest here, but you can't reach it because you're ambushed by some enemies. Even if you try to take that one on the top first, same thing will happen. So you have to deal with the enemies that spawns. And keep your distance. Don't forget to block and slide, which I usually forget to do because I get so caught up into smashing away. But on these games it's kind of rewardable in a way, because even if you make a mistake you don't take too much damage. So once you deal with them, the chests respawn, and we can open this chest here on the left, and we get a wrath shard to raise our wrath meter. And this chest in front of the statue contains the beholder's key, and with the beholder's key in our hands we can make our way back to the room that had the statue that was blocked by the rocks, and where we trigger it by exploding the bombs to free it from the lava and raise it up. So we make our way up here and open this gate to get back into that room and jump down on our left side. And there are some enemies waiting for us here, gonna try to push them down, but you can ignore them if you want. I'm gonna just try to push them down in the lava. There's one. See if I can make it on the inside of this one and push it out towards the lava. Yep, and there we go. I was able to knock them both into the lava. And then we can use the beholder's key to open the beholder's seal and make our way into the next room. And we are greeted with these flammable bats. So deal with them using your crossblade, your ninja star, and use a charged throw or regular ones, excuse me, and deal with them. This guy was sneaking up on me, but I dropped him down with my ninja blade, and then I finished him off with the sword. And there is one bat still hanging there, so we need to try to throw our blade on him by approaching him. There we go. Because otherwise he'll just drop down and start shooting at you, and then we can jump onto the pillar and make our way across to the wall over here and slide on the side or shimmy aside and drop down. And on my right side you could see a statue with a mechanism on it, and we need to trigger that one to be able to raise a pillar on the far side of the room that we're in. And as you see, there is no statue here on the other side, it's down here. So we need to somehow get it up. Find a way to bring it up. So we have to make our way down somehow. But first we need to deal with the Jailer, the boss. And you need to use your crossblade on the white dots on his outgrow there. So use your blade to trigger all of them, and then you throw it, and when he drops down you start making damage. And be careful when he respawns, because the dots will turn red indicating that he's going crazy. So just stay away from him, and he will smash the enemies that is close to him, because he kind of goes berserk, or turns into a rage. And our skite leveled up, and I need to take some life in the health chest over here. Now we can deal with him again. Just keep aiming for the dots as soon as they are shining yellow. Just keep re-aiming your crossblade on them and fire it away every single time, and you should be able to defeat him pretty easy. And this time it's taking a little bit longer than necessary for me to defeat him, but it's been a while since I played. As I mentioned in the previous episode, last time was 2019. Now he goes down again and goes into a rage. Now we can deal with his enemies. Use our finisher. Aim for him again. Throw it and get him down, and then we can do final damage. And now he should go berserk, but he does get finishing as you can see. the finishing prompt. So finish him off. Peekaboo. And that takes care of him. Was one of the first tougher enemies or bosses that we have faced up until this point. But just do what I did. Keep charging your blade. Throw at the dots. And you should be able to take him out. And then we make our way in here to lower this little platform elevator. Must have been for some sort of transport, because it's not moving very fast. And then we can make our way in here. And in this area you can kind of see torches on the wall. Use your crossblade to aim for the torches and light the ones that are not lit. And doing that in the entire area will trigger a secret chest to spawn. And now we can trigger the bomb. And some enemies will come running out from behind it with this poisonous enemy. So remember how to deal with that. Use your crossblade triggered to keep him from poisoning you. And then deal with the surrounding enemies, just so you have less to fight and you can just be focused on him. Just keep your eye on him so he doesn't go into that poison mode. And there he goes. And I'm gonna try to light the torches from here. There we go. Don't think there's anyone left that you can reach from this area by throwing, but we can throw this thing on that big red rock in the middle on the other side of the lava pit. And I think you can actually trigger it by throwing some of these stuff across and make it disappear early, but for the sake of the video I'm not doing that because it will just take some more time, so I'm just gonna do it the old-fashioned way. In this room there is only one torch, and I could have used that torch, I guess, to kind of trigger, but we have some torches here unlit that we are able to light up, and then we can use that torch to trigger the bomb. And I can see another torch there just next to the door, but we can open this chest first that contains a bunch of souls before we make our way over. And once on this side you can use your crossblade, aim for a torch, and you can light the ones that are not lit in the rest of the hallway above the lava. And in here we have to deal with this guy, and then we can make our way across, sliding on the wall, and jump over to the little platform here and pull this switch that raises a floor from the lava. Or it cools down the lava or something like that, so it becomes walkable. No torches in this room. Nope. Doesn't seem like it. So we can pull this switch and we are able to raise the statue up to the floor above, in front of the other statue. Yay! We did it! And now we have to make our way up. But on our way back we get meted by these enemies, so we have to deal with them. And I think after we defeat them, the chest will spawn. So you need to light all the torches and defeat all the enemies in the area for the chest to spawn. Oops, I got carried away. My distance. See, he poisoned me there, because I was standing too close when he did that. And now we can finish him off with a finisher. And that foul goo comes squirting out. Well, seems we have one more torch left. I didn't trigger that one, I didn't see it. There we go. All the torches lit. So never mind defeating all the enemies, you just have to light all the torches. And we get inside of this chest Bloodthirst. And we can equip it immediately by going into our enchantment list, and then we can put that enchantment on either the scythe or the sword. I'm choosing the scythe, and then I'm putting the other one on the sword, since it will generate some life. And when you pull this lever to get back up, more enemies will spawn in the tight spot that you're in. So you have to defeat them as the elevator is going up. Sorry for my kind of monotone voice. Just the way that I talk sometimes. But after defeating them, the gate will raise and we can make our way back into the room. And now we can pull the lever on the statue. And we raise the final platform so we can get across to the other side. And the gate opens and reveals the statues with the sword that we need to use to open the gate behind it. Or between them, I should say. So as you approach, aim for both of the swords and it raises the bar in front of it so you're able to access it. This way only leads back, because you might remember that we was here in this room that we was in to get a key. And down here we get greeted by another armored demon, ghoul, whatever they're supposed to be, and some other enemies. So we have to deal with them the best way possible. Keep track of the other enemies as you hammer away on him, or you can deal with the other smaller enemies first so you can focus on him. That's total up to you. But just be mindful of your surroundings at all times, since the enemies are everywhere, and they will strike you from hidden angles when you're fighting. So just because you can't see them doesn't mean they're not there. Oh fuck. I was able to dodge that one. That's an effective way to defeat him. Use your crossblade to keep him stunned, and then you can just hammer away on him. And we can open this chest that contains some wrath souls. And more enemies will appear. Poisonous one again. I think they appear even if you don't open the chest. Whoa, poison, I don't like it. Need to open this health chest, because I was getting dangerously low on life. I wanted to save it, but I wasn't doing very good in the fight, so I had to use it. Boo-hoo. And after taking those chests, we can receive the final sword of the stone statue. And then 2 more of these armored demons appear after you pull that sword up. But at least now we have full life. And feel a little more confident in dealing with them. But these are very annoying. And I think well, tip is to use your crossblade, but it's just hard to get enough space to be able to aim for both of them, and at least one to be able to stun them a little bit. But you can do that as well. Do a quick throw. But at least that's one taken care of. And now we can do the other one. And that takes care of that. And the elevator will rise up, or keep rising up. I thought I could jump up, reaching the ledge, but I couldn't, so I have to wait for it to raise up enough, and then we can make our way back. No, not that way. But this leads back to the surface. And now we can jump across on these platforms and reach the other side. And we are able to make our way back by jumping onto the wall and onto the pillars, and jump over to the platform to reach the room where we opened the gate with the beholder's key. And now we need to make our way into the room with the 3 statues and put the final sword into the statue, so it raises the platform that the statues are on onto the surface area, because it is an elevator of sorts. Now we put it in and we will be raised up to the surface area. And that's gonna do it for this episode. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it helped you, and that you find it usable. And we will continue next time. So until then, take care, and thank you for watching.